Tigers trying to break it out of their offensive zone. Now it's going to be Letter. Breaks one free. Tigers enter into their offensive zone for the first time in the game. Just moving under 14 minutes, just getting this one started. Tigers, Mahtomedi. Kiefer now tries to take a shot. First shot on goal comes to Kiefer. Rebound out front. And that was close to going behind the goalie there. Ref right there sees it the entire way, whistles it dead, and we'll get a change. $13:57 left here to go in period number one. Coming to you live from the Maple Grove Ice Arena, new arena up here in Maple Grove. It's the opening game of playdowns, Farmington Tigers versus the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Tigers 1-1 against the Zephyrs. Their most recent game against the Zephyrs was a loss. Zephyrs come in ranked the number 5 team in playdowns in Junior Gold B. Tigers ranked 21st. So Tigers going to be, now a couple gets by there on the Tigers. So Tigers definitely going to be the underdog here in tonight's game. Tigers now bring out number 16, Connor Anderson, number 11, Clayton West. The final in the center on this group is number 3, Luke Besser. Now out right in front, Mahtomedi yet to get a shot on net. Back defensively, number 6, Owen Stensland. Number 27, Grayson Papera. Tigers again having trouble getting it out of their offensive zone. Now a shot on net goes wide right. Comes right back in front of Holmes. Now another shot that goes wide right. In net, 33, Eli Holmes for tonight's game. Staying in the Tiger zone, now they look to break it out. Here comes Luke Besser. Moving north to south, now east to west. Brings it right through the zone, and they're going to get offsides. West tried to hold the tip of his skate back on the blue line. Unsuccessful. Now put the Tigers in offsides. Tigers now will bring out right back out Peterson, Manthei, Kiefer, Letter, and Lehmeyer. 12:55 here to play in period number 1. No score. This one gets by Lehmeyer. Down, driven in by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer, Letter, Peterson, Manthei, and Kiefer, and here they go. This one bounces over Manthei, stick picked up by Kiefer. Kiefer into the right circle, takes a shot. That one goes wide left. Chased down by Manthei, comes out to Letter at neutral ice. Letter's going to dump that one in deep. Tigers go back to work. Here comes Kiefer and Manthei. They go right back to work. Good energy from the Tigers here early. Picked up by Kiefer. Oh, and he lost that one. Had an opportunity. Now knocked by Letter. Those are the type of opportunities Tigers got to take advantage of. This one goes for icing. We'll bring this one all the way back to the offensive zone. 12:03 here to play in period number 1. Just getting started, Zephyrs and Tigers. This will be a left circle face-off in the offensive zone for the Tigers. This will be to the right of the Zephyr goalie. Same grouping stays out. Peterson to take the face-off. Wins the face-off. This one comes back to Letter. Letter with a shot. That one goes wide right. Picked over now by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer goes out in the neutral ice. Letter chases it down, gets it back over to Manthei. Manthei tries to pass up to Peterson, knocked away by Kiefer, over to Manthei. Manthei misses it, picked up by Lehmeyer, sorry. Lehmeyer with a shot, that one goes wide left. Now coming all the way through the zone, comes all the way down the Tigers' defensive zone, won there by Mahtomedi. Chased by Letter. Letter loses an edge, picked up now by Peterson. Peterson behind the net, they try to center a play out front. Good save by Holmes. First shot by Mahtomedi, saved by Holmes. $11:27 here to play in period number 1. No score. Tigers will bring back out Besser, West, and Anderson, Stensland, and Papera. This one's going to come out to Stensland. Stensland quickly up to West. West lets it go under his feet. Chips one forward, and here go the Tigers to work. Tigers go into their offensive zone, chased by West. West tries to pick one out. Comes back over to Anderson. Anderson looking for a centering play. Comes out to Papera. Throws one out front. Then he's unable to keep it in. Knocked away by Mahtomedi. Turnover Tigers. Comes Mahtomedi. Looking for the quick. They look for first a centering pass, then a quick shot, but that one's saved by Holmes. Holmes gloving that one down. 11:01 now here to play in period number 1. No score. Offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Tigers. Defensive zone face-off. Down Stensland. Stensland behind Holmes. Tracks around looking for a passing lane. Got to be careful not to turn this one over. Gives off to Papera. Papera comes right back over to Stensland. Now over to West. West waits for it. Tries to chip one forward. Stays. Tigers a little bit too less daisical trying to get it out of the zone. Sits there behind Holmes. Papera quickly after it, chips one forward, goes into the corner. Mahtomedi takes it up. Mahtomedi now controls in their offensive zone. Behind the net, there chases Stensland. Now going to be helped by Besser. Besser chips one out. Free comes in front of Holmes and picked up there at the top of the right circle, just chipped right back out in front. Mahtomedi looks happy just keeping in their offensive zone. Now Besser chips one out. It's going to come out to Anderson. Anderson gets by one, tries to get by two. Almost had a chance there and just got tipped away. Mahtomedi moving right back into their offensive zone. Now picked up by Peterson. Lost there by the Tigers. Lehmeyer on along with Kramer. Kramer picks it up. Kramer looking ahead, tries to flank one out, gets out to neutral ice. Boyer on for the first time as well. Kramer, Boyer, Peterson. They try to work it around the zone, comes all the way over to Lehmeyer, now back over to Letter. Letter just floats one free, and we're gonna get, it was a tip puck. We got a no icing there, and we play on. Comes all the way by Lehmeyer. Let's see if we get one here. There's a whistle. We'll bring it back all the way down to the Tigers' offensive zone. 9:34 here to play in period number one. No score. Peterson, Kiefer, now Manthei coming out, along with Letter and Lehmeyer. Peterson to take the face-off. This one comes, chips out, Kiefer hits it, now gets by Lehmeyer. Here comes Mahtomedi, trying to get numbers, looking for a centering pass in that one. Gloved there by Holmes, but gets by him over the net. Picked up by Mahtomedi behind the net. Now Mahtomedi starting to pick up some juice. Goes behind the net. Mahtomedi controls. Kiefer out. Now Kiefer chased out the defensive point. No block out front. Good ricochet there, or good Mahtomedi trying to get the redirect. Had a good shield in front of Holmes, but Holmes able to track the puck all the way down. Gloves it down. Now we get a defensive zone faceoff coming out to the right circle. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson wins that faceoff, comes over to Letter. Letter circles it over to Manthei. Manthei slows that one down, now coming up over to Letter. Letter jumping up now into Kiefer. Kiefer moving forward. Has Peterson. 1-2. Oh, they get stoned twice. Tigers with an awesome opportunity. Kiefer to Peterson, couple opportunities there, and now gloved by Mahtomedi. We got ourselves a hockey game. Tigers put a couple shots on net. Both get saved by Mahtomedi. Now we get an offensive zone face-off. Besser, Anderson, West, Letter, and Lehmeyer. 8:51 here to play in period number one. Face-off win by Mahtomedi. Trying to pick it out of their offensive zone. Chase there by West. Now they come through. Reach by Anderson. Anderson keeps it in the zone. Can they get a good shot by Anderson? Throws it right in the gut of the Mahtomedi goalie and save. Tigers putting good action on here in the first period. Mahtomedi and Tigers 1-1 on the season. Most recent outing was a Zephyrs win over the Tigers. Zephyrs trying to control in their defensive zone. Now they swing one around. Chased there by Besser. West. Now West trying to control. Chased around the other way. Zephyrs trying to break it out. This Tigers line has been good. Besser knocks that one free. Goes off to the sideboard. Now hit by Besser again. Now Zephyrs trying to get it back in their offensive zone. Picked up by Letter. Letter over to Besser. That one hops over his stick. Goes into their offensive zone. Besser chases. Comes all the way up to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer with a shot. And nobody there. That one saved by the Zephyr goalie. Besser tried to hold it in. Now comes back out to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer chips one back free. Gets it over to Manthei. Manthei is unable to hold. Knocked down by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer over to Letter. Letter right below us. Letter goes forward. Takes a shot in. That one goes wide right. Comes over to Manthei. Gets by Manthei over to Peterson. Peterson drops one in deep. Chased by Manthei. Kiefer right behind him. Now Kiefer will join along with Letter. Letter gets one back deep again. Tigers trying to hold the zone. It goes deep. They circle one around. This one's going to get all the way out to neutral ice. Comes out to Stensland. Stensland waiting, holding, chips one back over to Peterson. Peterson drops one back, gets over Kiefer's stick. Picked up by Peterson. Kiefer's able to knock one in the offensive zone, and here comes Manthei. Manthei's going to be F1. Followed by F2, Kiefer. Now gets all right back out to neutral ice. Kiefer engages now back over to Blair. Blair on the ice for the first time. That one, now a turnover, now kicked by Blair. Over to Manthei. Manthei moves it now into the right-hand side, looking for Peterson. Centering pass to Peterson. He just couldn't quite handle it through the zone. This one's going to make it all the way down on Holmes. Holmes secures that one down, leaves it over for Stensland. Stensland again, trying to get one through, almost a turnover, sits there now behind the net. Stensland loses almost lost an edge there. Now Blair, Stensland, comes over to Peterson, knocks one back over to Stensland. Stensland looking for the breakout turnover. Comes back over to Blair. Tigers getting a little careless now. Kiefer lets it go over to Blair. Blair goes into the corner. Blair up to Kiefer. Kiefer knocks one out into neutral ice. Hit off now, comes over to Manthei. Manthei tries to knock one forward, and the Tigers look like they need to get a change. This line's been out there for a little bit of time now. Now Blair tracks back. Kiefer tracking him as well. Kiefer almost had the turnover. Now he does. See if Kiefer can get to it. Kiefer trying to rush it down. Oh, and they're going to get a penalty on Kiefer. Kiefer's going to the box for a hook. And then just gets shoved into the bench area. I think he's trying to pick up a second one there on the Zephyrs, but it's going to be Kiefer going to the penalty box. Going to give him for a hook. Kiefer going in for 2 minutes. 6:07 here to go in period one. The first big test for the Tigers coming up. It might not have been a hook, might have been, it looked like an interference call on that one. Interference on 21. 2 minutes on the clock, 6:07 here to play in period one. Besser, West, Letter, and Papera now out. This one comes out for the Zephyrs. Zephyrs track it down, try to take a shot. It sits at Besser's feet, and now gets out to neutral ice. Tigers able to make them check up, and we continue forward. Zephyrs bring it back into their offensive zone. Now track it behind Holmes. Waiting, holding, looking for the passing lane. Comes right, tries to get a shot off Besser. Besser on! He's got the Rockets going. Can he make it one-on-one? 1-2. Score! That's how you get it done. Shorthanded goal. Number 3, Luke Besser. Nice poke check away there by number 3. He puts one through on a one-on-one scenario. 132, Tigers put one up. They put the first one up, they go up 1-0. Short-handed goal by Besser. This one now comes right back to Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi takes the opening draw, looking for a passing lane. Waits, holds. Tigers get congested down low. Now get back out into their defensive zone. Papera flanks down, Letter right in front of the net. Besser and West out at forward. Oh, and let's see what we're going to get. We're going to get a neutral zone face-off. Looks like we had a little bit too much crease action. Crease action happening there. That ref's all over it, all on top of it on that one. 1:13 left to go here in period one. 1:13 in the penalty, 5:19 left to go in period one. Manthei, Peterson now out at forward. Papera and Letter stay at the defensive post. Here come Mahtomedi. Good hit there by Peterson. Picked up by Letter, and Letter tried to clear, and that one got knocked down by the Zephyrs. Smothered there by Holmes, and we'll get a defensive zone face-off. 1:04 left in the keeper penalty. Tigers up 1-0. Peterson to take the face-off. This one comes right out to the defense for Mahtomedi. Try to take a quick shot, and look at that. What a redirect by the Zephyrs there. That looked like a harmless play. Looking to get it to the corner, but a nice redirect there by number 51 from the Zephyrs. Gets by Holmes, and the Zephyrs make him pay on the power play. It's 1-1. So good shorthanded goal by Besser is met there by a redirect by the Zephyrs on the power play. 1-1's our score. 5:07 here to go in period one. Picked up by Papera. Papera floats one up to Kiefer. Now Kiefer's got to try to redirect. Gives off to Peterson. Peterson drops one in deep, and now we go to work. Zephyrs get one by Kiefer. He knocks that one down over to Letter. And that's going to be high stick on number 21, Kiefer. We'll bring this one down for a defensive zone faceoff. 4:53 now to play here in period one. 1-1's our score. Good energy here in the building here in Maple Grove. Zephyrs Tigers, number 5 against number 21 here to begin opening day of play downs for Junior Gold B. Remember, it's going to be double elimination. So regardless here, winner is in a way better spot than, again, the loser, but the loser still has an opportunity to get through the weekend. Manthei back to Lehmeyer. Now it's coming right back over to Stensland. Stensland goes into the corner with it. Tries to flank it out to Keeper. That one gets churned over. Stensland tries to find a handle. Gives off to Peterson. Peterson tracks back with him. 2 Tigers down. They got to be careful. Comes right back out to Stensland. Stensland goes behind Holmes. Looking ahead over to Keeper. Keeper knocks it down with his leg. Now drops one forward. Kicks one forward. Keeper trying to find some room. And the bouncing puck goes up. Oh, what a one-handed grab there by the dad doing the announcing. Oh, that's double threat right there. Not only can announce the game, but can grab a puck out of midair. Showing some athleticism there here in Maple Grove. 4:19 now here to play in period 1. We got a 1-1 game. Besser, West, Anderson, Stensland, and Lehmeyer now out on the ice. This one goes deep in the corner, flanked by Zephyrs. Zephyrs control. They look for the breakout. That one's just going to go all the way down the ice. And we'll get an icing and bring this one all the way back. .4:10 to play here in period 1. 1-1 game. Tigers scoring shorthanded on the Besser goal. A few seconds later, Zephyr scoring on a nice redirect on a power play goal. Besser wins the face-off. Hit there by Lehmeyer, now picked up by West. Comes back over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to kick that one around. West tries to hold it in, and Tigers get back on sides. Here go the Zephyrs, now control. Come all the way across. It's going to come over to Besser. Besser drops one, tries to go in deep. Moved in is Anderson. Anderson fighting well for it. Besser right behind him, and it comes out to neutral ice again. Oh, now try to hold down a rolling puck. Comes over to Stensland. Up to Besser. Besser's going to chase this one down himself. Besser coming up the right-hand side. Now moves it down into the corner. Tries to move it out to Lehmeyer. Now feeds it out over to West. West right back to Besser. Tried to redirect in, and that one got knocked down. Now over to Anderson. Anderson knocks one forward. Stays with the Zephyrs. Zephyrs look for the breakout. Comes over to Letter. Letter from the center point. Tries to take a quick shot. And that one gloved down by the Zephyrs. Save Mahtomedi. Tigers will get a change. Tigers are going to bring out Boyer, Kowalski, Kramer, along with Letter and Papera. Left circle face-off. This will be to the right of the Mahtomedi goalie. One there by Boyer. Comes out to Kramer. Kramer out to Letter, right back to Kramer. Now he tries to feed one in. Kowalski's going to have to chase this one down. They come all the way through. Mahtomedi just hit their own man in the back. Picked up by Boyer. Boyer tries to move through the zone. Still has it on his stick. It goes out to neutral ice. Picked up by Letter. Letter floats one in, trying to hit over to Kowalski. Kowalski racing down, trying to pass one in. Now to Kramer, now Boyer. Boyer, Kramer, right back to Boyer. Trying to look for some opportunity. Comes out to Letter. Letter with a shot. No, that one got redirected out front. Blocked by Mahtomedi. Comes by, good stick there by Kowalski. Nice shift happening here with this group. Now waved off his icing as it got by Papera. Kowalski coming off. Flanked down by Papera now. Papera looking for Kramer. Off of Kramer's skate. This one goes into their offensive zone. Just got by Kramer. And then Letter tried to glove it down, but he turned over Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi now a floating puck that gets saved by Holmes. .222 left here to go in period number 1. It's 1-1 Mahtomedi Tigers. The Zephyrs and Tigers doing battle for the third time. Peterson to take the face-off. Peterson, Kiefer, Manthei. Controlled by the Zephyrs and knocked down by Kiefer. Now lost by Kiefer. Goes into the corner. Chased by Peterson. Oh, quick shot right in front. Holy cow, Holmes is able to knock that one down, secure it down. We get a whistle. Lehmeyer and Letter out defensively. Here goes Peterson with the face-off. Goes right back to the defensive point. That one goes wide. Chased over by Kiefer. Kiefer tries to knock one forward. He does, but it stays in their defensive zone. Now they knock one back deep. Goes around the other side. It's going to be chased by Manthei and Peterson. Manthei knocks it backwards over to Peterson. Peterson looking forward. Has some open ice. Has Letter in front of him. Here goes all the way to Letter. Letter knocks one in deep. And Letter's going to engage in the offensive zone. Him and Kiefer talking now over to Manthei. Manthei looking out front. Gets it through over to Peterson. Peterson chases it down all the way over to Letter. Letter waits for his opening. Now comes back over to Peterson. Peterson, he lays or gets through one, eludes one, gets over to Manthai. Now Kiefer in front and gloved down by the Mahtomedi goalie. Tigers will get a change offensively. This will be Besser, West, and Anderson. 1:30 here to play in period one. Letter and Papera stay out defensively. Besser to take the face-off. This one comes over to Anderson. Anderson trying to find it at his feet as he got tied up. Now they get it through to neutral ice. Picked up by Mahtomedi. They carry it through. Mahtomedi with numbers. Papera and Letter in front. They try to snag a little play there. Couldn't connect, and then West tried to knock one through. We get a hand pass. We'll bring this one out to neutral ice. .113 here to go in period one. 1-1's our score. Besser, Anderson, West, Stensland, and Blair. Besser gets it back to Stensland. Stensland over to Blair. Blair settles that one down. Comes across the ice. Good job by West. Knocks it in deep. Here come the Tigers. West is going to start, followed by Besser. Gets by Besser. And now here comes Mahtomedi. West coming on the back check. West working hard to try to get back there. Stensland and Blair all the way through. They try to chip one through. Now it comes over to Blair. Blair knocks one forward, trying to get over to Anderson. Anderson knocks one forward. Here comes Anderson. Anderson trying to pick up speed all the way through. Hit there by the goalie. Besser and Anderson still back. Anderson having to take up a lot of energy on that last play, and you can tell starting to take advantage now. Blair just knocks one forward. Anderson's going to get off. Here comes Kiefer. Picked up. Now Blair plays his man. Gives off to Besser. Besser with it behind the net. Besser gives off to Stensland. Stensland waits. Now hits over to Kiefer. Kiefer knocks one forward and can't control. Picked up by the Zephyrs. Zephyrs trying to work it through the zone. Get it up on top of the right circle. Try to get a shot off. Save Holmes. Picked up now by Manthai. Manthai over to Stensland. Now over to Blair. Under 9 to play. Over to Kiefer. Kiefer's able to knock one forward. That's going to be waved off. Here comes Manthai. That will do it now for first period. What a first period. Good action here in period number 1. 1-1's our score. Counted down for you here in the first period. Tigers scoring on Besser's shorthanded breakaway, followed by the Zephyr scoring on a power play, and then one penalty in the period. That was served by number 21 Kiefer for interference. Fairly even game through one. The big question for the Tigers, do they got enough depth to keep up with Mahtomedi as they continue pressure throughout the game? Tigers will start the second period the way they started the first. That's going to be with number 5, Jack Peterson at center, number 21, Jake Kiefer at left wing, and at right wing, number 9, Luke Manthai. Back defensively, number 23, Colin Lehmeyer, and number 24, Mason Letter. In net again will be number 33, Eli Holmes, standing up well here in the first period. Let's see if the Tigers can bring that same tenacity here in the second. Peterson to take the face-off. Tigers, Zephyrs, 1-1 here to start the second. This one comes back to Letter. Letter controls. Kicks one into their offensive zone. Zephyrs go D to D. Here they work it back through their offensive zone. Knocked away by Kiefer just as Letter was going to look to intercept it. Comes over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to move one forward. He's going to have to come back over to Peterson. Zephyrs controlling their offensive zone. Comes all the way back. Kiefer thinking about it. Kind of lollygagged his way out to the defensive post. This one comes back for the Zephyrs. Zephyrs try to control. Now they get their first shot on net. Saved. First shot of the second period coming to the Zephyrs. Tigers starting the second period, just like they started the first, are having troubles getting out of their offensive zone. Now Kiefer's able to chip one away, see if they can get on their horse. Here comes Letter and Peterson and Manthei, and Kiefer's able to poke another one away. This one comes back to the point. Now it's going to be driven down to Lehmeyer. Here comes Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer's going to get it over to Manthei. Manthei's got to make that play. Over to Letter. Letter tries to move it up. Over to Peterson. Peterson has it and tries to knock one deep. Tigers aren't able to get a change. Same forward group stays out there. That's a minute on the ice. Here they come, trying to get a centering play. Knocked away by the Tigers. One more time, trying to look for a centering play. The Zephyrs. Now the Tigers get congested. Low shot. Oh, and that one goes wide right behind the net. Peterson tries to pick one up. Now kept behind the net. Tigers still trying to fight for it. Knocked away by Lehmeyer. Comes right back over. Good block there by Manthei. Tigers can't control. Peterson chases it around. Now over to Lehmeyer. Still stays with the Zephyrs. Tigers have been now out there for almost a minute 30. You can tell their legs are starting to get weary. Keeper tries to block. Now 1, 2. Good save by Holmes. Sits in front. They can't clear it. And it's going to be Letter. Letter knocks one up free and gets by. And let's see if we get an icing. There's the icing call, but it'll get the Tigers off. Almost a 2-minute shift to start the second period. West, Besser, and Anderson now coming out the forward position along with Stensland and Papera. This will be a defensive zone face-off. This will be to the left circle to the right of Holmes. This one comes out to the Tigers. Papera tries to get one out to Besser. Besser meets him now, trying to get it over to West. Tigers can't control. Tigers have yet to get in their offensive zone yet. Now a centering play right in front of Holmes. Tigers have elude danger there. Now it's going to be Anderson driving all the way forward. Oh, goes all the way in and gets tripped down. No call. No call on the Anderson trip. Now he did just go by West. So I'm thinking that then Papera missed on that one, picked up by Mahtomedi. Bad turnover, Tigers save one. Here comes West. Good save by Holmes. West tries to make a pass through, and that one hit off the boots. We didn't hit a single boot the first period. I think we're feeling like their boots were left undamaged. We had to start hitting them in the second. Now a bouncy puck hit off of Papera's glove. Holmes able to knock it down, gives off to Papera. Papera over to Stensland. Stensland up to Besser. The one-man breakout gets by 1. Now by 2. No, now we'll get offsides. Now they check up as Besser knocks one in deep. Tigers get a change. Tigers bringing a change. It's going to be Boyer, Kramer, along with Stensland and Kowalski. Here we go through neutral ice. Now 12:05 here to play. Here comes Mahtomedi. Shot. Save Holmes. Goes behind the net. Going to be picked up by Kramer. Kramer chases one down. Gets it out to Kowalski. Kowalski over to Boyer. Oh, man, they just worked it through there. That was like butter. Now picked up by Kowalski. No, he misses on that one. Goes right back for it. Picked up by Letter. Letter holds it in. Tries to kick one forward. And now gets out to neutral ice. Here comes Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to knock one forward. And it's off the chest. A breakaway. Comes through. Save! Holmes! Oh, and then he took him down behind. I don't see a hand up. Just good hockey play. Good save by Holmes. We'll get a defensive zone faceoff coming up for the Tigers. Everyone's good. We dust off here a little bit, and we get to the right circle, left of Holmes. Peterson, Manthei, Kiefer, Lehmeyer, Letter. That one sits at Peterson's feet. Kiefer tries to break through. Picked up by Mahtomedi, but gloved by Holmes. 11:28 here to play in period number 2. 1-1 score. Peterson to take the face-off. This one comes back to Letter. Letter slows it down, now comes behind Holmes. Letter looking for some open ice, floats one free, and then they just turn it over. And a turnover, Tigers. Lehmeyer back, holds it in, now gives right back up to Letter. Letter tries to move it up to Manthei. Manthei can't control from there, gives it up back over to Lehmeyer. Leymeyer's going to chase this one around, get over to Kiefer. Kiefer quickly through, knocked down. Let's see if Manthei can get there. Here comes Manthei. Manthei can't block it down. To be picked up by Peterson. No. Now by Lehmeyer and Letter as they fight for it there. Sits right below us, picked up by Mahtomedi. Kiefer chases, they get by. Here he comes, shot scored. Tigers got too greedy in neutral ice, Mahtomedi came away with it and scores on the short side on Holmes. 2-1 Mahtomedi. Tigers aren't generating much offense here so far in the second period. They got to shift the ice. .10:49 here to play in period 2. Tigers down 2-1. This one now comes back over to Blair. Blair, almost a turnover there. Now Blair comes right back to him. Now a turnover. Didn't have it the first time, got it the second time, picked up by Mahtomedi. Right through the center of the ice. They tried the same side on Holmes. That one goes wide. Now moved around. Tigers got to do something to stop this momentum by Mahtomedi. This is exactly what you were concerned with. Now Anderson gets moved off the puck. Tigers can't control. Comes right back to Mahtomedi. Another shot goes wide. Mahtomedi having their way in the offensive zone. Tigers got to do something. Here comes Mahtomedi. Works it through the zone. Now tries to take another shot. That one goes behind the net. They're leaving the front of the net now wide open. Comes right back to the defensive post. That one gets knocked down. Picked up by Papera. Comes back. Nobody there. Besser chases. That one knocked down by West. Moves it through neutral ice. Now right back into the Tigers defensive zone. Chased down by Blair. Blair's got all kinds of time. And instead comes over to Anderson. Gives them all kinds of time to change. Anderson throws one up the ice. Peterson now on along with West. Tigers unable to change. And here comes Mahtomedi picking up speed. Oh, what a play by Blair. Blair chips one forward right back out to neutral ice. Hit in by Mahtomedi. Settled down by Papera. Tigers cannot get control. This one's going to come over to Blair. Blair knocks that one forward. Comes up over to Manthei. Manthei's got Kiefer. 2-on-2. Takes that shot. Good look by Manthei. He tried to go short side. Now hit by Kiefer. Knocks one down. Stays on Kiefer's stick. Kiefer holds. Waits. Holds. Kiefer moving it through the middle of the ice. Kiefer still in it on his stick. Oh, just practice for Kiefer. Moving it now. Now takes a rips a shot. Try to go short side and save there by Mahtomedi. 9:06 here to go in period 2. Tigers down 2-1. Stensland, Letter, Kiefer, Manthei, and Peterson on the ice. Offensive zone face-off, left circle to the right of the Zephyr goalie. This one comes out to Stensland. Stensland over to Letter. Open shot, takes a shot. Oh, and Kiefer tried to redirect one, but knocked it straight down. Now Kiefer fights, gives off to Letter. Gonna get right back over to Manthei. Here come the Tigers. Manthei tries to move it out, moves up to the top of the right circle, moves all the way over and turns it over. I think they see something, but it's just not there. Now they're back on. Manthei tries to knock one in deep, comes over to Stensland. Stensland with it, working through the zone. Everybody back on sides. He loses it. Tigers, too many turnovers. Here comes Mahtomedi with numbers. Tigers trying to get back. Centering play, what a play by Peterson. Peterson, good back check, was able to stop that centering pass from making it to its intended target. Comes back over to Peterson. Peterson looking ahead. Hits one off a boot. Over to Kiefer. Now over to Letter. Letter trying to go through the legs. Kiefer, Letter. Nobody can get to it. Peterson. Peterson knocks right back down to Kiefer. Kiefer moves it over to Peterson. And got by Peterson. Now Manthei tries to hassle him there. Mahtomedi moves it through neutral ice. Goes back into the top of the right circle. Oh man, the man with the puck just tried to push Stensland down. Stensland stays on his feet, knocks one forward, goes behind the net, tries to knock one again. That one hits off a boot. Picked up by Mahtomedi. Left circle. Now tries to flick one by Holmes, and it goes over Holmes. Good body there by Anderson, but he couldn't quite get enough on the puck. Now the Tigers starting to slow down a little bit. Moving under 8 minutes to go. Letter can't dig one out. Now Letter has it. Letter moves it through the zone, comes across the ice. Trying to move it up to Anderson. Letter holds one down for Besser. Besser gets through on through, goes right next to another Zephyr. Tigers, every pass they seem to get by one Zephyr goes right down to another Zephyr. Now moving up quickly up to West. West tries to poke one free. Misses on that one. Moved by Besser. Besser moves out to center ice. Held by Besser. Besser moving up the left-hand side. Besser with numbers. Here comes Besser. Right down below the net looking for a centering pass. Oh, he just got taken into the boards. No call. Zephyr's control coming through neutral ice. And that one that gets tipped, no icing. Papera and Lehmeyer out defensively. They got to watch right behind him. Now here comes Besser trying to poke one free. No, I'm sorry, that's West. West, Besser, Kramer on the ice now. Now that one goes over the net, comes all the way through, and no icing is going to be called. 6:40 now here to play in period number 2. Kramer chases. Kramer tries to stay with him. Comes all the way through. Picked up by Kowalski. Almost a redirect by Kramer. Now knocked forward right in the neutral ice. Center of the ice. Picked over by Boyer. Boyer tries to chase him down. Held down by Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi moving into the right circle. Now moves it behind the net. Circling, looking for a centering pass. Waits, holds. In the left circle, now knocks one deep. They go right back to work. Here comes Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer chips one forward, trying to get over to Kramer. Kramer chases, now gives off to Lehmeyer. Oh, you can feel the intensity picking up here in playoff hockey. They try to sneak one over Holmes, and that one comes out to the defensive point. Takes another shot, bouncing puck, redirect out front. Tigers defense has got to start getting more physical down below. Oh! Boyer! Inducing the penalty. Nice job there, number 7. Tigers will go on the power play. Plead your case all you want, but that's number 7 doing his job right there in 5:59 here to go in period number 2. Tigers on their first power play. They're going to start with Peterson, Manthey, Kiefer, Stensland, Letter. Peterson to take the face off, left circle to the right of the Zephyr goalie. Face-off wing comes out to Stensland. Stensland surveys, waits, holds, comes over to Letter. Letter out to Kiefer, had the redirect out front, and they had a shot at it, just redirected right over the net. Now they come through, it's going to stay in their zone. Picked up by Manthey. Manthey drops one in deep, trying to hit over to Peterson. Peterson goes behind the net, waits, comes back over to Manthey. Manthey fights. Kiefer's got to get over there, and now they're able to clear. Comes all the way down. Holmes settles that one down. 5:30 to go. Stensland waits, holds, comes up. Now to Letter, and they get one deep. Can the Tigers get control? Here's where the Tigers got to take advantage of these power plays. Picked up by Stensland. Now he has a chance to walk it in. Stensland does walk it in. Stensland gets hit off the puck, stays with the puck. Now a centering play, comes over to Kiefer. Shot. That one stays in front. Peterson tried to get a shot. Comes over to Letter. Letter holds it in briefly. Oh, now they got back. They got nobody back. Here comes Stensland. Stensland's trying his best. Stensland. Oh, what a save by Holmes. Here they go. Can they go? Here comes Manthey. Manthey got one to beat. Manthey. One. Yeah! Oh! Oh! Gotta catch our breath a little bit on that power play goal. Let's deconstruct that. Tigers turnover leads to a 3-on-0. Holmes save. Kicks it out. Pass up by Kiefer to Manthey. Manthey works it all the way through. Rebound to Letter. Tigers score 2-2. Tigers get back in even form here. 4:46 left. We got ourselves a hockey game, folks. Some may ask, where's this energy been all year? 4:40 now left to go. And here comes West. West turnover. Neutral ice hit down by West. Comes back over. Try to feed up there by Anderson. Comes out to Papera. Papera slows one down. Coming all the way out to West. West can't slow that one down out front. Comes out to Papera. Papera waits, holds. Doesn't have his passing lane. Now comes right back over to West. West knocks one in deep, and the Tigers go back to work. Who's going to be there first is number 3. Comes right back over to West. West tries to slow that one down. Can they get out to Lehmeyer? Lehmeyer had a opening briefly, and now here come the Zephyrs. Come back. Lehmeyer tries to knock that one down. Papera's going to have to be back. They're leaving the center of the ice open. There it is. Shoots and scores. Just like that. You could see that center of the ice open, wide open. And a nice pass there by the Zephyrs makes it 3-2. Tigers now down by 1. 4:03 left here to go in period number 2. Boyer, Kowalski, and Kramer, along with Papera and Lehmeyer. Comes out to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to chip one forward. They got to be careful. Here comes Mahtomedi. Hit away there by Lehmeyer. Now they float one behind the net. And kept in by Mahtomedi. Tigers unable to control. Comes out to Papera. Papera holds one in. Can Papera get one through? Gets it through, neutralized, chased by Boyer. Now knocked right back into the Tigers' defensive zone. Picked up there by Lehmeyer. Coming all the way over to Kowalski. Kowalski tries to move one now over to Papera. Almost a turnover now, hit by Kowalski. Kowalski racing down, trying to get over to Kramer. Kramer knocks one in deep. All the lines doing their job, trying to hold the zone. Now chased by Boyer. Boyer holds one there, gets held, no call. Looked like we had a little bit of a shirt grab there by Mahtomedi. Now we fight for it at the boards. Coming away by Mahtomedi. Tigers can't control. Now Tigers, Mahtomedi with numbers. Kramer trying to get back. He's back. Here comes Mahtomedi. Top of the right circle, takes a shot. That one goes wide. Boyer chasing this one down. Oh, he just ran over it, but kicked it forward. Comes back over to the Tigers. Knocked up by Kramer. Picked up by Manthei. Manthei! With a shot, rebound, nobody there as the Tigers were getting a change. Peterson and Kiefer back on. Goes back over to Peterson. Peterson trying to feed out to Kiefer. Oh my goodness, Kiefer. Kiefer's gonna shoot himself for that one. Wide open, what a pass by Peterson. Peterson with an amazing pass. Kiefer couldn't control it. Now right back over to Kiefer. Comes back over to Letter. Letter now over to Manthei. Manthei tries to kick one down, goes to that kid into the offensive zone. Kick down, gets all the way through. This one's gonna be Chase. Oh, they're gonna get Kiefer for interference. Oh, and second penalty coming up on Kiefer. Interference call. Tigers going right back on the penalty kill. That's a tough call right there. Yeah. So you miss on one goal, then you get the penalties. Let's see if the Tigers can come through here. Good win there by Besser, gets it out to neutral ice. Picked up by Mahtomedi, chased by Besser. Getting back is Anderson along with Letter and Blair. Now hit by Besser. Besser's able to get it all the way down their offensive zone. 2 minutes to go here in period two. 1:38 left on the keeper penalty. Tigers need a kill. Coming all the way through is Mahtomedi. Through the left circle. Driving to drive around, and now they're going to get... We got a whistle. Holmes loses his stick. I'm not sure what the whistle's for. Looks like maybe the net was off on Holmes. .128 left to here in the keeper penalty. 1:48 left to play in period two. Besser to take the face off. This one comes out to Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi controls, and they go to the top of the left circle. Giving off to Letter, shot out front. That one made it over to Holmes, save. Now picked up by Mahtomedi. Right circle. Mahtomedi surveys, comes out to their defense. Waiting, takes a shot out front. Rebound, picked up by Letter, but they can't clear. Letter might have had a little bit of more time than he thought he had. Now they come right to the defensive point. Wait, shoot. That one goes wide. Picked up by Letter. Letter tries to chase it down. Under a minute to go in the penalty kill. From the defensive point again. Now Anderson comes out. Oh, no puck. And that one goes high. Comes out to Letter, and now he's able to clear. Tigers are going to get a change. Mahtomedi hurrying, going to try to hurry to get it back down. West flying on. Peterson flying on. Tigers picked up by Peterson, and he's able to clear. 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Comes all the way off, picked up by Peterson. Peterson works it through. Peterson and save. No, it comes out. And no whistle. Surprise, no whistle. Comes out to neutral ice. Now it's going to be Stensland. Stensland holds it at his feet. Stensland with it still on his puck. 10 seconds. No, Stensland's got to ice it. And he does ice it. 7 seconds left in the penalty kill. Tigers got just a little bit more. And the penalty kill's off. Kiefer's on. Here he comes. Here come the Tigers. Here comes Mahtomedi. Looking for a centering play. Comes through. Picked up by West. West moving all the way through neutral ice. Kiefer tries to move it back over to West. Over to Peterson. Peterson over to West. West holds it in. Save! 2 seconds. And that will do it. What a period. Good job there by both teams. We'll go into the second intermission. Tigers down 1, 3-2. Zamboni just coming off the ice. We'll get period number 3 started here shortly. Get you caught up. Game reset. Maple Grove, Minnesota. Maple Grove Ice Center. Looks like a brand new facility still under construction. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful facility once done. Farmington Tigers versus the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Zephyrs come in as the number 5 overall seed. Tigers the number 21 overall seed. The way playdowns work is that at the end of the season, the 3 divisions took the top 8 teams out of each division. From there, they were sorted out into 3 different brackets. Bracket number 1 and bracket number 2 will be sending 3 teams to state. The champion, the runner-up, and then the 3rd place team. The 3rd bracket, which your Farmington Tigers find themselves in, will send the top 2. So they'll send the champion and the runner-up. So again, really, really important game number 1. Winner of this game will play at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Loser of this game will play at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Loser of this game, or next loss, will mean the season's over. And loser of this game will have to win 4 straight in order to make the state qualifier. Regardless of that, we have to first find out who's going to win and lose this game. We're going to see if the Tigers have any comeback spirit in them. They are currently down 3-2. Shots on goal favoring the Zephyrs, 19-15. That means Eli Holmes, the goalie for your Tigers, saving 17 of 19 shots. Tigers scoring on Luke Besser shorthanded and Mason Letter power play goal. Tigers are now back on the ice, and we'll see if they have it in them. Start that second period was a little bit slow, but really picked up by the end. Good hockey here early from Mahtomedi and the Tigers. Remember, 1-1 in the regular season. Tigers beating Mahtomedi early, and then the Zephyrs handing the Tigers a loss later in the season. Again, we'll see what kind of comeback spirit the Tigers have today, wearing their orange socks, trimmed out in black and white. Zephyrs in their home white sweaters with blue socks trimmed out in gold and blue. 15 minutes on the clock. Tigers are going to start the way they started the first 2 periods. At center, number 5, Jack Peterson. At right wing, number 9, Luke Manthei. At left wing, number 21, Jake Kiefer. Back defensively, number 23, Colin Lehmeyer. And number 24, Mason Letter. Tigers putting together 2 of their best periods of hockey. However, find themselves down 3-2. 15 minutes on the clock. Now the face-off goes over to Letter. Letter snaps one into their offensive zone, hit by the Zephyrs, and they quickly move it forward. Hit there by Lehmeyer. Now tries to move it back over to Manthei. That went over Manthei's stick, chased by Letter. Now gives off to Peterson. I'm sorry, that was Kiefer, not Letter. Now over to Peterson. Peterson can't move that one forward. Tigers again, now over to Manthei. Manthei shifts one over to Kiefer. Kiefer's got one in front of him. Kiefer snaps one forward. Glove there, saved by the Zephyr goalie. 14:35 left here to play in period 3. First shot on net coming from the Tigers, saved by the Zephyrs. Left circle face-off. This one comes out to Kiefer. Quick shot, Kiefer saved, goalie. Kiefer working in that glove here, baseball season. Time to start breaking in the leather here. Goalie looks like a second baseman right now, picking those pucks up. Peterson to take the face-off. This one bounces forward, picked up by Mahtomedi. Glove down. Kiefer tries to control, now hit off a Letter's boot, and Mahtomedi drops it in deep. Comes over to Letter. Letter's got some time. Holds it up, waits, now comes over to Letter. Letter on the strong side, comes over to Peterson. Peterson trying to lock it down. Comes out over to Manthei. Manthei moves it in, top of the right circle. Manthei holds it in, waits, holds. Now trying to move it into Kiefer, and the pass couldn't get to him. Late, kind of a light pass, gets intercepted and turned over Tigers. 2-2. Oh, and then knocked down by Letter. Good knockdown there by 24. Picked up by 23. He's going to move it up to Manthei. Manthei with his head up, trying to move it through the zone. Gets by 2. Still trying to chase down the puck. Works it all the way through. Gets knocked down, no call. Could have argued potentially an interference that one, but a good body play there by Mahtomedi. Lehmeyer moves it over to Letter. Letter misses on that one. Now Letter tries to backtrack, and here comes Mahtomedi. Almost a doubly bad turnover. I guess if it's 2 negatives, it makes a positive. Now it comes over to Peterson. Peterson all the way up over to West. West on the ice for the first time. West comes through, try to bring the puck back and lost it. Turnover Tigers, comes right back over to Mahtomedi. They work it through the zone, gets knocked down, 4 Tigers there. Comes up to Anderson, no, it goes back over to Stensland. Back over to Besser. Besser gets through 1. Oh, he hits off of Papera's boot as he was trying to make a maneuver through in front of Holmes. Now they're going to get Papera. Papera's going to get a penalty now. Tigers are going to get their 3rd penalty of the game. First 2 by Kiefer, and now we get Papera going to the penalty box. Tigers 1 for 2 on the penalty kill. Tough news for the Tigers. They don't want to be on the penalty. They want to be not serving the penalties, taking advantage of the penalties. I think that's the right language we're trying to look for. Tigers are going to bring out Anderson and West, along with Stensland and Letter. 2 minutes on the Papera penalty, 12:59 left to play here in period 3. This one's going to come out, chased by West. Ref falls down. Oh, we got action going on here in Maple Grove. Comes back over to Anderson. Anderson tries to slow it down, now picks it up, clears it. Cleared by the Tigers. Under 12:40 to play. Under 1:40 left in the penalty kill. Chased by West. West tries to give one hand, now comes over to Anderson. Anderson lets his man through, and now they set up. Here come the Zephyrs, setting up their power play. Move it all the way through. Kind of just working around the zone. Moving around down the top of the right circle, goes right back to number 6. Waits for a shot, takes the shooting lanes and scores. Found the top of the net, right over Holmes' right shoulder, and the penalty kill comes back to bite the Tigers right in the you-know-what once again. Second power play goal for Mahtomedi. 3rd penalty for the Tigers. Mahtomedi has only served 1 penalty, and the Tigers capitalized on that one. So power play goals aplenty here in Maple Grove. This one comes back. Papera chases it down. Has Stensland with him. Papera moves it over to Stensland. Stensland now waits, gets hammered into the corner, and the puck stays there. Turnover to Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi picks it up behind the net. Circling around, Mahtomedi now drops one in deep. They're leaving the middle wide open again. And Papera gets one over. He gets hammered down, no call. Moves it up to Kiefer. Kiefer chips one forward, trying to move it up over to Manthai. And that one picked up by Mahtomedi. They're going to look to go now, break it out the other way. Kiefer can't. Kiefer does come away with it. Chips one forward, goes deep into the corner. Chased by Manthai, followed by Peterson and Kiefer. Now they look for the breakout. Comes all the way out to Letter. Gets by Letter. Letter waits, holds, comes right back over to Peterson. Peterson tries to slow that one down, comes all the way back to Letter. Letter over to Papera. Papera waits. Oh, right through Manthai's feet, right to Kiefer. Kiefer! 1, 2, 3. Oh, what a save by Mahtomedi. 11:25 to play here in period 3. Tigers find themselves down 2. Tigers with the biggest deficit of the game. Manthai, Peterson, Kiefer, Letter, and Blair. Peterson with the face-off. This one comes out to Blair. Blair! Oh, with a quick shot, but it got blocked down. Couldn't find its way through. Letter tries to move it over to Kiefer. Does. Kiefer now throws one in deep, trying to move it all the way through. Hits off of a chest of the defenseman. Now comes right back over. Picked up by Mahtomedi. Chased by Manthai. That one goes high. It's going to come over to Blair. Blair settles that one down. Knocks one in front. Can't get it deep. Tigers try to fight for it there. Blair tries to chip one forward. Gets on the stick of Mahtomedi. They fire a shot blocked down by Holmes. Now Kiefer's pass blocked down now right in front. And it comes over to Peterson. Peterson with a head up. Has ice. Moves it over to Manthai. Manthai moves it in deep. See if Manthai can get to the puck first. Moves it all the way forward. And this one's going to come over to Kiefer. Kiefer knocks one forward over to Peterson. And then Peterson off of his feet. And it comes out to Mahtomedi. They knock one deep. It's going to come over to Blair. And icing's called. That'll get a change for the Tigers. 10:34. Tigers will counter with Boyer, Kramer, and Kowalski. Letter and Blair stay out on the ice as well. Boyer to take the face-off. Kicks one into the corner. Blair chases. Kowalski now on the run. Gets by him over to Blair. Blair knocks one in deep, goes into the corner. Chased by Kramer. Now gives off over to Boyer. And now Boyer's got to get back. This one comes out to neutral ice. Letter's back. And Letter's able to knock that one away. Boyer gets hit in the back, no call. Oh, there's the call. Tigers will go back on the power play. Boyer, that's going to be his second penalty that he's induced. Good job by number 7. Tigers will counter on the start of this power play with number 3, Luke Besser, who already has a goal. Clayton West, number 11. Number 16, Connor Anderson, back defensively. Number 6, Owen Stensland. And number 24, Mason Letter. 2 minutes on the penalty power play for the Tigers. This one rests at the feet of Mahtomedi. I picked up by West. West chasing, got that one taken away. Now moved out to neutral ice, gets by Letter. Knocked all the way down. Holmes tries to slow it down. Comes all the way out to Stensland. Stensland knocks one back forward. And now starts the progression forward, maybe. Here comes Stensland. Comes out to Letter. Letter waits, holds. 1:40 left on the power play. Letter now walks it into the offensive zone. They got offsides. Oh, and Besser looked up. It was on Besser trying to get back, waiting for that play to develop, and was just ahead of time. 9:49 here to play in period number 3. Tigers down 2. Got 1:36 left in the power play. This one gets by Anderson. Now picked up by Anderson. Now Letter and Anderson now comes over to Stensland. They got to get something moving. Here's a great opportunity to take advantage. Here comes Stensland. Walks it in on himself. Trying to elude 4. Comes into the corner by himself. Now he's got all his players. Moves over to Besser. They got time. Besser waits. Oh, and then try to pass and then just missed on that pass. Turnover to Mahtomedi. Tigers just letting it up too easily. Now Mahtomedi's going to win the race. Tries to take a shot and misses. Here comes West. Can West start to pick up some speed? Here comes West. All the way through up to Letter. They got numbers. Letter snaps a shot blocked. He gets knocked down, no call. And cleared again. Under a minute to go in the power play. Under 9 to go in the game. Picked up by Stensland. Stensland over to Besser. Besser settles that one down. Besser now moves it up the zone. Comes through the zone. Here comes Besser. Oh, did I try to knock one free? He almost gave it back to Mahtomedi. Tigers can't hold the zone. And it looks like we're going to get whistle. Bring it down for an offensive zone face-off. 39 seconds left in the power play. Tigers will bring out Peterson, Manthei, Kiefer. Leave Letter and Stensland out. Peterson to take the face-off. Face-off won by Peterson out to Kiefer. Kiefer snaps a shot. What a glove. Oh, it was a high fastball. High and outside glove by Mahtomedi. 8:47 now to play. 34 seconds left in the Tiger power play. Peterson trying to win it again. Comes back out to Kiefer. Kiefer brings it around. Now over to Stensland. Stensland moves it down to Manthei. Manthei trying not to get the turnover. Goes into the corner. Knocked free. Comes over to Peterson. Kiefer there. Now Peterson can't move it out. Giving away back over to Mahtomedi. Kiefer knocks it back over to Manthei. They got to settle something down. Here it comes right back over. Kiefer's got to chase it down. Mahtomedi gets it through. Knocked down by Letter. Comes over to Stensland. 8 seconds to go. Here comes Stensland. Stensland walks it in. Stensland loses it over to Kiefer. Kiefer with a shot. And saved again. Mahtomedi. That one rebounded out front. Kiefer chips one forward. The power plays off. Comes back over to Kiefer. Kiefer waiting, holding. Moves it right back down. Under the net. Did he get it? He got it! He got it! Oh, Manthei! Manthei took his own rebound and knocked one up over the goalie's pad. We got ourselves a game here in Osseo Maple Grove. 8 minutes to go. 4-3 is our score. Tigers doing their damnedest to try to come back. Tigers will bring out Besser, Anderson, West, Papera, Lehmeyer. 8 minutes to go. 4-3 is our game. Comes over to Anderson. Anderson fights for it there. Now Mahtomedi controls. Mahtomedi knocks it deep. Goes over for West. West comes by him, gets by him. Comes all the way over to Lehmeyer. Now over to Besser. Besser's able to knock one in deep. Oh, living dangerously in the crease there is the defenseman for Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi pulls one back, looking for the breakout. Now they move it through and picked up by Lehmeyer. Here comes Lehmeyer. Moves it up, trying to move it up to West, just out of West's reach. West tries to drive one in, loses that puck. Too much puck handling. We got to get more on net. Now dropping all the way. Here comes Mahtomedi with a clean breakout. Now they try to get numbers. Try to take a quick shot. That one goes high and over Holmes. A backhand goes wide as well. Laymeyer hits one forward, trying to move up to West. West waits for it. Now moves one back. Moves up to Anderson. Anderson right back over to Papera. Papera quickly now up to Laymeyer. Jumps over Laymeyer's stick, and we got to get back involved. And Laymeyer holds that one down, waits, throws one in, and that one hit West as he was trying to get back on sides. Neutral zone, offsides, Tigers. Tigers will bring out Boyer, Kramer, and Kowalski. 7 minutes to go here in period number 3. 4-3 Mahtomedi. Letter and Stensland back defensively. Boyer takes the face-off, wins the face-off, comes over to Stensland. Stensland over to Letter. Letter's going to fire a shot in. That one saved there by Mahtomedi. Picked over now. Kowalski chases. They move one high, kick forward. Pele style by Letter and knocked right back in by the Tigers. Boyer knocked one in over to Kramer. Kramer engulfed there. Turnover Tigers. Here comes Mahtomedi trying to get numbers. They do have numbers. They got 4 on 2. Here comes Mahtomedi. Everybody on sides. Drops one back. Takes a shot right out in front. They kick one in. Kick. Kick. Oh. Oh. Oh, it looked like a kick puck there. And a good goal there by Mahtomedi. Puts them up 5-3. No kicking. No kicking in goals. They don't ever listen. They never listen. 5-3 is our score now. Tigers letting up one just as they got one. Here come the Tigers now with Peterson, Manthey, and Kiefer. 5-3 is our score. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson up to Kiefer. Now moving with speed, trying to move it through the zone. Over to Manthey. Manthey gets one deep. Here comes F1 is Peterson. Peterson's going to chase it behind the net. Knocks one down. Peterson going to try to get it right back over to Manthey. Now Kiefer also chasing. Kiefer runs right through it like a bull in a china shop. And now out to neutral ice. Picked up by Stensland. Stensland's got to wait, come back over to Letter. Under 6 to play. Tigers got to get moving. Over to Manthey. Manthey got taken out by Peterson. One of Peterson's best hits of the year. Comes back over to Stensland. Stensland goes into the corner. Chips one forward. And out to neutral ice. Chased by Peterson. Comes all the way in now to Letter. They got to get one broken out here. Under 6 to go. Letter now waits, holds, comes right through. Center of the ice. Peterson tries to drag one with him. That one goes over to Mahtomedi. Comes over to Stensland. Stensland, weak pass over to Letter, but they got time as they're changing. Now up to Kiefer. Kiefer gets one deep. And are the Tigers going to change? No. 5:20 to go. Manthey chases. This one coming all the way around. Comes over to Kiefer. Kiefer tries to take a shot. Bouncing puck high in the air. Comes up back over to Peterson. Peterson just didn't quite see it, and then hit by Kiefer. Unable to keep it in is Letter. Mahtomedi now, knocked down by Kiefer, tried to hold the zone, comes back over to Letter, and let's see what Kiefer can do. Kiefer with it, right through the center. And then trying to move it back to Peterson, and picked up by Mahtomedi. Tigers are just starting to run out of gas a little bit. Got to get a change. Under 5 to go. Hit by Blair. Blair with it on his stick. Moves it now over to Kiefer. Kiefer with it. Tries to knock one forward. Peterson. And they're going to get a interference on Blair. Blair going to the penalty box. Tigers' 4th penalty. Unfortunate as that's going to put 2 minutes on the clock, and there's only 4:36 to play. Besser, Anderson to start this penalty kill. Tigers 1 for 3 on the penalty kill. Mahtomedi with 2 power play goals. Now Mahtomedi sets right back up again. Papera and Laymeyer back defensively. Laymeyer's going to chase this one into the corner. 1:45 now left in the penalty kill. Here comes Mahtomedi right behind the net. Waits, holds, looking for an opportunity. Somebody's without a stick. That's Holmes. Holmes is without a stick. Oh no, Besser trying to get his second shorthandy. And now it comes back over to Mahtomedi, still without a stick. Holmes couldn't get it back. We got chaos happening here. It's over to Laymeyer. Tigers can't clear. Holmes still without a stick. Papera chases. 1:25. Tries to kick one around. Besser chases. Besser knocks one forward. Besser tried to bring one with him. Stays in the offensive zone. See if the Tigers can chase it. They can't. Nobody can get him his stick either. Holmes still without a stick. This is not going to end well. Holmes with a kick save. Now another shot kick save. And now they kick one low. Nobody can get a stick. Now right in front, goes right over the net. Here goes Mahtomedi. They're just trying to pick this one apart. Just picking apples there in front of Holmes. Under a minute to go in the penalty kill. Besser chases, still can't get to it. Lehmeyer trying to work around Holmes' stick. Oh, it's like might practice out here. 3:19 to go in period 3. We got sticks on the floor. Tigers trying to hold it defensively. Comes up to the top of the right circle, held by Mahtomedi, comes all the way through, looking for a play. Besser can't control, stays in the zone. Picked up by their defensive point, drops one off. Besser chases, stays right there, and they hold the zone. No, they don't hold the zone. Here goes the change. Can the Tigers get a change? Oh, we got another twig on the ground, too. Somebody else doesn't have a twig. Kiefer hits his man. What a hit by 21. Now here they go forward. Anderson waits, now clears. Kiefer's going to chase. Goes behind the net. Holmes picks up his stick. We got Kiefer with the puck. Oh, he couldn't control. That goes the penalty. Oh, they can't let him out. Oh, they're late letting him out. Here he's finally back on. Good hit by Letter. Picked up by West. West moving all the way forward and then just turnover. Turnover Tigers. Hit there by Letter. Chased down by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer's going to move it off the board, trying to hit up to Kiefer. There's a bouncing puck. Kiefer knocks it down. Kiefer trying to look for an open opportunity. Moves it back to Letter. Shot. In through. Rebound. No. Manthei was there. Now Kiefer hits. Holds. Shot. Nobody in the middle. Comes all the way back to Lehmeyer with a shot that went way left. That angle was just a little bit off. Moving under 2 minutes to go. Kiefer chips one forward. They're trying to get one last valiant effort. Picked up by Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi moves it through. Letter tries to chase. Sits off of him. Picked up by Mahtomedi. Here they go. Manthei back. Manthei holds his own. Gets way into the corner. Fighting with his man there. Now Letter tries to hit his man. Oh, the Tigers giving everything they got here today. Good hit by West. Comes back over to Manthei. Manthei chases. Has Letter. Manthei. Oh, he gets just taken down. Ripped down. Oh, the combine is coming up. That was a hit right over the middle. Mahtomedi going right back to the penalty box. I think we got a timeout, Tigers. 1:26 to play. 2 minutes will be going on the clock. Tigers going on the power play. Tigers and Mahtomedi giving everything they got today. Good show for the fans. 5-3 right now, Zephyrs. Tigers backs up against the wall. Let's see what Coach Stensland's got up his back pocket. Tigers talking it over. Holmes is coming in. They're going to bring out 6. 5-3 is our score. Tigers will bring out 6. It'll be 6-on-4. Open net on the far side of the rink. Tigers will bring Kiefer, Peterson, Besser, Manthei, Anderson, and Stensland. Here comes Kiefer. Trying to win the faceoff. This one goes into the corner. Picked up by Peterson. Over to Manthei. Manthei trying to control. Back over to Peterson. Peterson works it through the zone. And knocked out. Oh, my goodness. Anderson knocked it right into the goal. A redirect by Anderson knocks it into the goal. That's going to do it for the game. Anderson was doing the right thing, trying to hold the zone. Off of his stick, though. Put it on line to go to the back of the net, and that makes the score 6-3. Nothing you can do. Good effort by the Tigers today. They're going to find themselves playing at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be win or go home, season-ending game on the line. Tigers are also going to be facing having to win 4 games in a row, something they have not been able to do all year. But this is playoff time, and that's why you play the game. Tigers have a chance to do something they haven't been able to do all year long. It's going to be fun to watch them try to do it. Moving in under a minute to go. Tigers still on the power play. Holmes back off the net. Here they're going to try to control. This one's coming through the Zephyrs, and they take another shot. That one goes wide. Clear by the Zephyrs, now picked up by Anderson. 1:20 left, 45 seconds left in the game. This one's going to come all the way up to Peterson, now up to West. West's going to hold it in, wait for his teammates to get on him. Drops back off for Kiefer. Kiefer's going to try to hit over to West. West lost his footing, picked up by the Zephyrs. And Peterson's going to get there, move it right back over to Kiefer. Kiefer's going to move it over to West. West, right behind the net. West tries to sneak one through. And that one's saved by the Zephyr goalie. 22 seconds. That one's going to roll around. That one's going to be cleared. Tigers down 6-3, 13 seconds to go. Move it all the way through. And that's going to be icing. Oh, waved off. Comes all the way in 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Tigers will be back on tomorrow, 2 o'clock p.m. If they win that one, it'll be 8 o'clock. With that, the Zephyrs move on. Great game here this afternoon. Hopefully the Tigers can bring that same effort tomorrow, 2 o'clock.